after a miracle comeback in Game 1 and a sound beating in Game 2. The Indiana Pacers arrived in Game 3 of the 2025 NBA Finals looking like they absolutely belong on this stage. And now, as they head into Game 4, they're just 2 wins away from their first NBA championship. The Pacers defeated the Oklahoma City Thunder 116-107 in Game 3 on Wednesday night to take a crucial 2-1 lead in the finals. Game 4, where they can really put OKC on its back foot, is scheduled for Friday at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The home crowd is already buzzing with anticipation. It's truly a sign of how far the Pacers have come, and how consistently they've shown resilience. That their ability to erase a 9-point deficit in Game 3 barely registers as a comeback by their standards these days. That surge at the start of the second quarter was only the beginning of what turned out to be the most back-and-forth game of the series so far, featuring an incredible 13 ties and 8 lead changes. This was a true heavyweight fight, punch for punch, until the very end. The game was knotted as late as midway through the fourth quarter. But then, a crucial Tyrese Haliburton-led run finally put the Pacers up by 8 with just 3 minutes remaining. The raucous Fieldhouse crowd found another gear for noise, completely erupting as their team pulled ahead. This is a Pacers team that simply refuses to go away. They still haven't lost back-to-back games since March 10. A truly remarkable streak, and the Thunder are going to have to make them do that if they want to win this series. Haliburton finished the night with an impressive stat line of 22 points, 11 assists, and 9 rebounds, just shy of a triple-double. Pascal Siakam added 21 points, continuing his strong finals performance. Normally, it's these two stars who decide what kind of night it's going to be for the Pacers. But in Game 3, there was a different, incredibly important group of heroes for Indiana, the bench. Both the Thunder and Pacers went deep into their benches, with a combined 21 players having entered the game by midway through the second quarter. This high usage of reserves might have been a reflection of the blistering high-speed pace these two teams have played both this series and throughout the entire postseason. But whatever the reason, it was hugely to the Pacers' advantage in Game 3. The Pacers' bench outscored the Thunder's second unit by a staggering 49-18 margin. That's a 31-point difference coming from your reserves. There were particularly huge performances from a couple of key players. Bennedict Mathurin exploded for 27 points, the third most points ever scored off the bench in NBA Finals history. And T.J. McConnell delivered a phenomenal all-around effort with 10 points, 5 assists, and 5 steals, becoming the first player in Finals history to record such a stat line off the bench. The impact of the bench was most felt in the second quarter. The Pacers entered that quarter down by 8, with Haliburton and Siakam taking a breather. But instead of wilting, the Indiana bench hustled its way to the Pacers' first lead of the game. T.J. McConnell, in particular, epitomized the Pacers' relentless drive and effort. Once a lightly pursued 5'8" recruit and then an undrafted free agent, McConnell has carved out an invaluable role as the guy who keeps the Pacers' offense running smoothly without Haliburton on the floor. His crafty dimes, defensive pokes, and forced turnovers are exactly what the Pacers needed. It's clear the Pacers don't win Game 3 without him, making him one of several incredible success stories on a team that is now just 2 wins from potentially overachieving their way to an NBA title. On the other side, the Thunder had too many mistakes that ultimately added up. A combined 70 points from Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren, and Jalen Williams sounds like a winning formula for OKC, especially with their NBA best defense. But Game 3 was lost on the margins. OKC committed 17 turnovers compared to Indiana's 13, and only managed 16 assists as a team. They also missed a crucial 7 of 30 free throw attempts, with Gilgeous-Alexander, surprisingly, only reaching the line 6 times. The Pacers also won the fast break battle 17-10 and, crucially, had a response after every single OKC run in the second half, never letting the Thunder truly seize control. The Thunder lost Game 1 because their offense went cold right as Haliburton went Super Saiyan, which, as we've seen in the playoffs this year, can happen to any team. But Game 3 was a much more concerning loss for OKC. As a Pacers team many expected to be overmatched found a definitive winning formula that highlighted some of the Thunder's weaknesses. OKC now has less than 48 hours to regroup, make adjustments, and file their response in Game 4. The pressure is on. And finally, a quick word of condolence to Jay-Z. The rap mogul famously placed a $1 million bet on the Thunder to win the series in 5 games at the start of the finals. With the Pacers now up 2-1, that 5-game win for the Thunder is impossible. Had he hit that bet, it would have returned a whopping $3.3 million. More than some members of the actual Thunder roster are making this season. Tough break, Jay-Z, but the series is far from over. The Pacers are brimming with confidence, and the Thunder are facing their biggest test yet. Game 4 promises to be another thrilling chapter in what's shaping up to be an unforgettable NBA Finals. What do you think? Can the Pacers close it out? Or will OKC tie things up? Let us know in the comments below. Alright, NBA fans. The Indiana Pacers are just 2 wins away from their first NBA championship. After a miraculous Game 1 and a tough Game 2, the Pacers delivered a dominant performance in Game 3, defeating the Oklahoma City Thunder 116-107 to take a 2-1 lead in the NBA Finals. While it's barely a comeback by their standards, the Pacers erased a 9-point deficit early, then engaged in a back-and-forth battle with 13 ties and 8 lead changes. But a Tyrese Haliburton-led run in the fourth quarter put Indiana up for good. Haliburton finished with 22 points, 11 assists, and 9 rebounds, with Pascal Siakam adding 21. However, the real heroes for the Pacers in Game 3 were their bench. Indiana's second unit completely outscored the Thunder's bench an incredible 49-18. Leading the charge was Bennedict Mathurin with 27 points, marking the third most points off the bench in finals history. And T.J. McConnell had a historic night with 10 points, 5 assists, and 5 steals, becoming the first player ever to do that off the bench in a finals game. His all-out hustle sequences were pure magic. The Thunder's big three of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren, and Jalen Williams combined for 70 points. But it wasn't enough. OKC committed 17 turnovers, shot poorly from the free throw line, and lost the fast break battle. This was a concerning loss for OKC, as the Pacers, who many expected to be overmatched, found a winning formula, largely thanks to their incredible bench production. And for all those betting fans, spare a thought for Jay-Z, who placed a $1 million bet on the Thunder to win in 5 games, a bet that's now impossible. Game 4 is on Friday, and the Pacers are looking to put the Thunder firmly on the ropes. Alright, NBA fans, the Indiana Pacers are just 2 wins away from their first NBA championship. After a miraculous Game 1 and a tough Game 2, the Pacers delivered a dominant performance in Game 3, defeating the Oklahoma City Thunder 116-107 to take a 2-1 lead in the NBA Finals. While it's barely a comeback by their standards, the Pacers erased a 9-point deficit early, then engaged in a back-and-forth battle with 13 ties and 8